Good afternoon and welcome to the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show. I am your host, faith-based business coach, Doreen Lettsome Reid, trainer, speaker, author, live show host. Today, I'm your host today, as well as founder of Divine Connection Network Association. So as always, it is a blessing to be with you here. Take a moment, unlock what's inside you. It's a divine connection. So here on the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show, we give you real solutions in real time. And I have some amazing ladies with me that are true bosses, and they have showed up in the room and they are doing phenomenal things. And we're going to have an awesome discussion. So we thank you for coming in to the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show. We thank you for sharing. We thank you for liking, and we thank you for commenting. Go ahead and give StreamYard permission to see your comments in Facebook so that we can interact with you in real time and give you real solutions. That is what we are here to do. We are here to serve you. So take a moment, unlock what's inside you. It's a divine connection. So we welcome our guest, Tanisha Carroll, and Miss Jacqueline to the show, to the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show. Tanisha, you are just all smiles. Miss Jacqueline, you are all smiles. Y'all ladies look so beautiful. I tell you what, y'all have really showed up. So just go ahead and tell us who you are, what you're doing, and we just want to catch up with you ladies this afternoon.
Well, good afternoon and good morning wherever you are. I am Tanisha W. Carroll, and I am the founder of Carroll MT Publishing, as well as Exploring Excellent Worship, and supporter and founding member of Carroll Apparel MK. And I am a assignment coach, as well as a newly, I am a business web assistant, and I have started to create like landing pages and things to support you on your journey into expanding your business so that people can connect with you. And I am excited to be a part of this wonderful kingdom minded event. And so connecting with Miss Doreen has been a blessing. And so that is the minimal of who I am. A little bit.
That's just a snippet, right? So yeah, Tanisha is doing phenomenal things. I think she has like 5 businesses. I lost count. She's got a lot going on. So, we're dealing with multifaceted women. We're dealing with multi-talented women. These bosses and these CEOs are really showing up here on the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show. So make sure you share, like, and comment. Miss Jacqueline, it's such an honor to have you here. So just tell us a little bit about what you do and your company.
Yes, absolutely. Hello, everyone out there. How are you all on this beautiful day? Like she said, if it's morning, afternoon, wherever you are, this part of the world. And I would like to thank Ms. Doreen for allowing me to come on the show. I'm in good company. I'm just really excited to be here and be able to share with everyone. So again, my name is Jacqueline Harrison. I am the founder of Realizing Your Potential LLC, and I am a confidence and success coach. And what I do is I help women to create effective strategies in which to address negative self-talk and all of those self-sabotaging behaviors, right? That basically have us getting in our own way. Additionally, I am the host of A Queen's Roundtable Show, which happens every second and fourth Sunday of the month, as well as A Queen's Roundtable Quarterly Symposium, which happens in January, May, and September. And those are platforms in which to spotlight and feature other entrepreneurs and all of the great things that they're doing, in addition to providing professional, personal, and leadership development to other coaches and consultants, helping them to basically excel in their businesses. So that's pretty much, that's me.
these CEOs are true bosses because they got a lot going on. And today's roundtable is going to be a little different because all three of us are coaches. I am a faith-based business coach. I'm a speaker, trainer, author, and founder of Divine Connection Network Association. So we are all coaches, and I wanted us to have this roundtable discussion about some things that we deal with as coaches as we try to expand our businesses. And here on the Kingdompreneur Moment Live show, this is our objective, to work together, to join together as we expand our territory in the marketplace for the glory of God. So I know many of you are joining just for the first time, so I do want to just give you a synopsis of the objective of the show and what the show is all about. Because as you share and as you comment, we want you to continue watching, right? So we want to invite you just to come in and learn more about the Kingdompreneur Moment Live show. So I'm going to share my screen with you. You should be able to see it at this time. And this is just giving you a synopsis about the Kingdompreneur Moment Live show. Take a moment, unlock what's inside you. It is a divine connection. So the Kingdompreneur Moment Live show is a platform for current and future female kingdompreneurs to join together. And that's what we've done today in this round table discussion with Tanisha Carroll and Miss Jacqueline and I. We've come together to enlarge God's territory in the marketplace while we enlarge our reach, our influence, our profit margin, faith-based business coaching, training, networking, and promotional opportunities. Our theme scripture comes from 1 Chronicles 4:10. If only you would bless me and enlarge my territory. So that is the synopsis and the purpose behind Kingdompreneur Moment Live show. So we thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and like, share, and comment. We do have some comments coming in. Let's see who. Oh, hey, Miss Josephine, how are you? She's saying hi, Doreen. So she's just telling us hello this morning. And she said the sound is a little bit muffled. So I'm going to turn off the mics just for a minute. Thank you, Miss Josephine, for letting me know that you have a hard time hearing. So we do want you to hear what we're actually saying, right? So Tanisha and Miss Carol, let's go ahead and kick off the discussion. All of us want to, as coaches, expand our territory. And Tanisha, I think you had a question that you wanted to pose to the roundtable today. And we're going to all work together as coaches to try to give keys to unlock what's inside you that are watching. And we as coaches still have to unlock what's inside us. We are going from glory to glory to glory. So part of this platform is to have an iron sharpen iron atmosphere, where we are willing to work together to better each other as coaches. So Tanisha, I want you to go ahead and ask your question, and I'm going to mute my mic so that we don't have any feedback.
Well, my question was about how to, as you're broadening your audience, how to really keep that momentum going as you reach out to people. What are the tools that people are using to stay connected with people that they've already connected with, or even to expand into a broader audience, to obtain a broader audience?
Okay, so we're going to turn off everybody's mic, and Miss Jacqueline, give us what you think. Because we're all trying to expand. We're going into we're going into 2021. We have goals that we set as coaches. We want to impact and influence those that we are called to serve. So what's some of resources, or what's some of ideas as you go into 2021 as a coach that you are going to implement to help expand your territory?
Well, one of the things I'm going to be doing is when I do my collaborations, because every collaboration I do, whether it's interviewing one-on-one or whether it's a summit, I meet so many interesting people, but what I decided that I'm going to do differently is I'm actually going to be checking back in with people. And I know, it's a lot, it's especially for, one or two people to do, but that's going to be part of my to do, or my business model, if you will, which is to check in with individuals periodically, to be able to say, hey, how are you? How are things going? Do you have any projects that you're working on right now? Any other upcoming collaborations that you may have? And so that's one piece of the puzzle. And also, like, acknowledging people's birthdays. I've had that done to me, and I'm like, wow. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel thought of. Even like previous coaches that I've worked with before, they'll show up in my messenger. Hey, just want to say hi. How's everything doing? Because people don't want to necessarily hear from you strictly when you're, selling something, or, you have an event coming up that, hey, you want to buy a ticket, things along those lines. I mean, those are great for like pre-sales, but just something literally just to check in and say, just want to say hi, just to see how you're doing. If in the event that there's any way that I could possibly support you, now or in the future, feel free to reach out to me. Just something as simple as that. I'm going to start doing that this year or next year, 2021. That's going to be a part of my ongoing practices that I'm going to be doing. Yeah.
That's amazing that you went in that direction. That lets me know that we are like-minded, because actually what I prepared today to talk about was, I'm going to share my screen here for a second. This is what I actually wanted to talk about today, those type of keys that we can actually use to help us expand our territory. So I'm a faith-based business coach, so I come from a biblical perspective to unlock what's inside current and future kingdompreneurs that are watching. So Jesus, the ultimate businessman, he followed up, and that's what Miss Jacqueline is talking about. She's talking about being more, doing her due diligence to follow up more, to form partnerships, to form real relationships, to be thoughtful. And Jesus Christ, he's the ultimate businessman. So he followed up after he rose from the dead. This is after he rose from the dead. He followed up with his disciples and his core team for a total of 40 days. And that's according to Acts 1:3. And so for some critical thinking, as we are navigating through this discussion, 80% of sales leads never get followed up on. 44% of salespeople stop asking after just one no. Then 22 of them give up after 2 no's. So we can see that, Miss Jacqueline, you are really right on the money when it comes to the need to be thoughtful, the need to follow up, because there is a huge gap. According to statistics, 80%, that's 80% of sales. That we are just simply because we're not being thoughtful. We're not following up. So Jesus Christ is the ultimate businessman. He is our example. He rose from the dead, my God. And he implemented this good business principle of follow up. He thought so much of his disciples, and he was so compassionate and thoughtful of them that they needed some type of transition to understand, I'm not going to be with you here anymore. It took 40 days for him to do all of these stops and follow-ups and the conversations with his core team. That is huge. That's a huge example and pattern that we as coaches really need to examine. What do you ladies think?
I think that is a really powerful, the fact that you would use Jesus Christ as the example of following up. I don't think that we necessarily consider that that's what he was doing. He was going back, but that's exactly what he was doing, was going back to check, just to see. And he didn't just go back for a short amount of time. He stayed in there, you said for 40 days, right? Which after it was 40 days before he ascended to heaven. So we do, and I can be honest and say that I do kind of move on too quickly. And I don't think, I was going to say I give up too quickly, but that's not true. I think I just move on to the next thing. And sometimes we have to remember to not forget about what we're already doing, even though there's something new that we're pressing into as well.
Absolutely. And Miss Jacqueline, you are here. And so you can attest to this. We just literally just met maybe 2 weeks. Now, Tanisha and I, we kind of been talking throughout the whole year, but you literally, Miss Jacqueline, by maybe 2 weeks, and someone referred you to me, correct? Someone referred you to me. Dr. Carolyn referred you to me. So you sent me an email. So Dr. Carolyn gave you my name. You took it upon yourself to follow up on the lead. Then the responsibility became mine as a faith-based business coach to reach out to you and respond to your invitation. As a result, the conversation continues to grow, the relationship continues to grow, and we did a discovery call, and we actually mapped out all the way to next year how you and I are going to maximize and monetize. Oh, come on now, glory. Maximize and monetize this relationship. That is what I call, come on now, follow up. Everybody say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Follow up. Let us not despise the small things. Come on now. When you and I were just getting started, when I was just getting started 12 years ago, I had 5 people. I was on it and lit. Hello, how you doing today? Just thinking of you, not selling, not pitching.
That's good.
So now we've grown as coaches, and like Tanisha said, we are constantly, that's part of our job. We have to constantly be in the forefront. We have to constantly be on the move. But what I'm hearing is we do as coaches have to be more balanced and say, okay, maybe I have an hour to do a thoughtful Thursday moment where I take a moment, be thoughtful, and do such and such and such with these leads, or just to follow up. What do y'all ladies think?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think it has to be, it has to be part of the plan, because if it's not written down and you don't have that intention, if it's not written down and you don't have that intention, you may miss it. So just like you put in your calendar to send out your email reminder, right? Or you put in your calendar or set up on your calendar to post for the week, let's just say, that it becomes something that you do regularly, and you may have this particular group of people that you follow up with, I don't know, the first week of the month, let's just say, and then maybe a different, set of individuals from a different event. You might follow up with them the second week of the month. So it has to be intentional, systematic and intentional. So that's definitely, we right here on that, because that's exactly what I was thinking about to ensure that it gets done.
I'm telling y'all, take a moment, unlock what's inside you. It's a divine connection. We're giving you keys to unlock what's inside you going into 2021. Now, Tanisha Carroll is here. I'm on assignment. She's an assignment coach. Come on here now, somebody. Where are we going to get these assignments if we are not going in the boardroom? Where? Hello? The assignments don't drop out the sky. I'm just an employee. Come on here now. I'm privileged. Come on here. I'm privileged to be an employee. It's a privilege for me to clock in for my ultimate businessman, who is Jesus Christ, so that I can get my assignment as I'm going into 2021. So this is one of our assignments. We came together, iron sharpening iron. We were vulnerable and said, okay, I have a question. How do I solve this question? We have these opportunities, and we cannot despise small things. Oh, it's not big, it's not rocket science, I'm not going to do it. Come on now, Miss Tanisha, this is your platform. I am on assignment. Hello, these assignments do not come falling out the sky. What you got to say about it?
Listen, the idea of being on assignment, first of all, we got to understand that we all have one. And I think that sometimes we kind of minimize what God has called us to. Like you said, don't despise small beginnings. It doesn't matter how big you think or how small you think what it is you're called to do. If he called you to it, then you need to follow through and go ahead and do what he called you to do. If it is something as simple as being a blessing to your neighbor, okay? Being a blessing to your neighbor, being a blessing to that other entrepreneur who needs some help. This Kingdompreneur Live show is being on assignment. It's a part of the assignment, and it is a blessing to many in the earth. But if you have not connected with the one who called you, if you have not connected with the one who set you in the earth and set you on assignment, in Isaiah chapter 1, he talks about how before you was formed in your mother's womb, he knew you. And he called you, and in this chapter, he says he called you to be a prophet because he's talking about Isaiah. But guess what? I could put me in there. He called me to be a worship leader. He called me to be a mom. He called me to be an entrepreneur. And guess what? He called me before I knew I was an entrepreneur. He had already set it in the earth, and I was already headed to the assignment. I didn't know, but he knew. But guess how I found out? Because I got with him. I got in the boardroom, Doreen.
Oh, come on now, Miss Jacqueline. So what we are doing, Miss Jacqueline, we are realizing, come on here, we are realizing our potential. Glory be to God. We are realizing our potential here in the earth. God is calling you. There is a remnant.
Come on.
God is calling you. I call you from the north, south, east, and west. This is your opportunity to show up in the marketplace and take ground from the enemy, because the violent take by force. We are realizing our potential. We are on assignment to unlock what's inside you. There is a remnant.
Good.
God is calling you.
Yeah.
No more hindrances, no more delays. You are not here by happenstance. I rebuke that lie. It's a unlock. Take a moment. Unlock what's inside you. It's a divine appointment. It's a divine connection. You are here with the Kingdompreneur Moment Live show, scrolling, and the Holy Ghost is telling you stop and listen, because you got 3 coaches. Come on here. You got 3 coaches with the answers to unlock what's inside you. I'm a faith-based business coach. I help you build. You need to know about your assignment. Miss Carol will help you with your assignment. And you must know what your potential is. And Miss Jacqueline will help you with that. You can't ask for better. And we're not here competing. We're here completing.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes. And let me just say that when you are on assignment, you need to know the things that you need help with. You need to know when to collaborate. You need to know when to join with someone else when you are on assignment, because you can't do everything on your own. God did not do, he was God, and he still partnered with human beings in order to get his word.
Girl, you better say that again. They didn't hear you. Girl, you better say that again. Come on here now.
He is God, and he still partnered with human beings to get his word out in the earth.
What?
So if God did it,
My God.
surely I need you, Doreen. Surely I need you, Jacqueline. Surely I need you. I need some help out here in these streets.
And Miss Jacqueline, you know what? I have a question for you, ladies. Okay, this I need help. Help me understand this. Why is it, as women, we are struggling trying to figure this stuff out on our own and not asking for a coach? I'm confused. I was on the phone with a gentleman, blew me away. I went to sleep thinking about this thing. Everything I told him he needed to do, no problem. When I told him what the investment was, no problem. When I told him the time period to get it done, no problem. No, he did it swim, he didn't shake, he didn't flip, no problem. But when I'm doing the same thing with a young lady or a woman in business, there's a problem. And you go right back and shrink from your blessing because I got what you need. Yes, ma'am. That's why you called me. That's why we did the discovery call. I got what you need. You see the value in my work. My work speaks for me. I've been doing, honey, let me help you. I know my value. I've been doing this for 12 years. I ain't crazy. And you're not crazy either, because that's why you did the discovery call. So why are we shrinking back? You going back and say, well, no, I'm going to do it myself. And you stuck. You stuck. You stuck back in the same place when you could have just simply said, yes, I'll coach you. Y'all help me figure this out, because I can't figure it. I was asking, I even asked my husband, I said, you a man, help me understand. And you know what my husband told me? He said, men are willing to acknowledge when they need help quicker than a woman. Y'all help me. Help me. Am I wrong?
I think for some reason, we as women, we feel that we have to deal with so many different things at one time. You know what I mean? We feel like we have to wear all of these different hats, and we can't sit any of them down. We have to wear each of them perfectly, and we have to just kind of smile and just keep going, you know, because we used to, you know, speaking from personal experience, as well as, you know, talking to clients and different things that they tell me, you know, we constantly hear that in our that little voice saying that, you know, oh, you don't have time to be tired, or, you know, you don't have time to be sad. You don't have time to be frustrated or confused. You just better get it together and keep going and don't miss a beat. You know, I think that, you know, I think it's just kind of been passed down from generation to generation, you know, that it's a sign of, maybe not necessarily a sign of weakness, but that's the first word that comes to my mind. It's just, it's frowned upon. You know, we are expected to bear the burden of everything, if you will, and just kind of smile gracefully and just keep going. So that's one thing I want to mention. But when you started talking about some of the people that you dealt with and them shrinking back, I think some of that might be fear. So I think that those might be a couple of different things. I think that sometimes when, you know, people have a difficult time realizing their potential or really accepting moving forward, you know, and it's easier to stay with what you know, and that big, you know, motivator or pushing them back or having them shrink back, you know, how you referred to it earlier, it's just fear, plain old fear. And they may not even be aware of it. That is fear. Actually, I'll take that a step. Most of them are probably not aware of it. Because if they were, they would be coming to you saying, you know what? I know what we talked about, but I'm scared. How can I move beyond that fear? Or how can I still be fearful, if you will, but not allow it to hinder me or not allow me to stay stuck? So they're probably not even aware of it.
Okay, Nisha, go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with you, Miss Jacqueline, because the fear was a word that came to my mind as well. And even the idea that as women, we carry the weight of the world. We really do. We carry the weight of the world as women. We are, the mother, the daughter, the friend, the pastor, the whatever church worker, and we are working in the world, and so there's so many things that are required of us. And I think that one, it is a trick of the enemy to make us think that we have to do it all. And I will say that I was tricked for the majority of my life, and probably just the last 4 years or so, a little less than that, maybe 5. I mean, a little more, maybe 5, that the light bulb finally came on like, hello, girl, you can't do it all. Take what you can do and do that. Give some of this to someone else. Especially, when you have younger children, it can be even more overwhelming because you like, but I got these kids and they can't, now my kids are older, so they can go do their own thing. And I can say, don't knock on this door, and they not gonna knock. When they 3, you say don't knock, they just gonna knock anyway and put their hand under the door and all of that kind of stuff. And so it can be overwhelming. So to think that I have to depend on someone else to give me the answer that I don't have in myself, it feels like it's weakness. But it's not, because the word of God says that it's in my weakness that his strength is made perfect. And so when you come to the realization that weakness is actually a strength, it's like, oh, then I really can do it. But I needed to, there is a confidence that is lacking, I think, and oftentimes in some women, depending on how you grew up, that just says, well, you can do it, but, yeah, you smart, but, yeah, you pretty, but, yeah, you can sing, but, you know what I'm saying? There's always a underlying thing, and we do it sometimes to one another and say, oh, she would be better if, and it's unfair that we do that. But there is a confidence, there is a value that we have to find as women to say, one, I'm worth it, I'm worth the time, and also that my worthiness does not cause your worthiness to minimize. One thing I tell my daughter is that my light shining doesn't dim yours. We can both shine in the same room, just like we're doing right now. 3 ladies shining in the same room. My light shining doesn't make your light any less. We can shine equally and benefit equally. But I do not think we have been taught that as individuals, as women, as believers even, to know that God called all of us equally. And we're afraid to jump out there and really try and assess that and go after that.
Yeah, so we're going to have to wrap up. This has been an amazing roundtable here on the Kingdompreneur Moment Live show. All I can say at this point is take a moment, unlock what's inside you. It is a divine connection that you are here, that you are watching, that you are scrolling through. We have to understand that help is available to you to assist you on your journey. This is why God has called us to be coaches. And really, in the way I coach, I often tell my client, I'm learning from you just like you're learning from me. I understand I'm the coach, but I'm learning from you too, because my client is to make me a better coach. Each client that I have is to make me a better coach. And as I tell my clients, I want to see you. See, I'm called to multiply. So I understand my call very clearly. I'm called to multiply. So when you're coaching with me as a faith-based business coach, I want you to multiply even greater than me. I want you to do greater than me. That's a sign of a good leader, because here again, our ultimate businessman, Jesus Christ, he set the tone. He says, I'm going away and you shall do greater exploits than I. He has called us to multiply.
Yes.
So my clients, when I'm working with them, I want them to put them in position and condition to do greater than me. That's the sign of a true leader. Not do less than me, but do greater than me. And that's why I said with my clients, they are with the iron sharpen iron. I'm a faith accountability partner. We're working together to help build out your mission, to build out your business, your ministry, or your association as you're gaining clarity of what your mission, message, and mandate is. Faith accountability partner. And so that's what I wanted to say. It's not about who's stronger or you're feeling vulnerable. I don't. That feeling of vulnerability trying to trap you and keep you stuck. You have authority over that.
Yeah.
You know, I was telling Tanisha backstage, I was in a 2-hour training yesterday. I still got to train.
Absolutely.
I still have to seek out women that challenge me, that push me. And I was in an hour and a half at 8 o'clock last night in a conversation with someone that challenged me, asked me questions. And I was like, this is a really good conversation. It was supposed to maybe be 30 minutes. It turned into an hour and 30 minutes. But I was learning. I'm grown. So we all have to grow. But you have to receive what God is trying to give you. This is the key. He's literally put it in your hand. You have to turn the key and unlock the door.
That's good.
So you all ladies, I thank you ladies for this opportunity to work with you. We have Miss Michelle Kane. She says, this has been so awesome. All of you beautiful ladies are amazing. She gave us hearts. So we thank you so much, Miss Kane, for being here. And she has on here hearts, and it's somebody named Vibe, Relatable Vibe is here, and she has hearts posted. And of course, Miss Josephine Brown, the opinion that delegation is a pivot to success in many business books. Many books support delegation as trust in your team, and you need to let people flourish in their niche. That is a really good to leave with the audience today, Ms. So we thank you so much for being here. So this has been the Kingdompreneur moment. We are just going to wrap up today, and we will see you next week. Ladies, y'all sit tight. I'm going to end the broadcast. Y'all have a good one. Remember, like, share, comment, and we will be posting out to all of these platforms. So you have 3 different platforms to see this show. So make sure you like, share, and comment. We appreciate you being here. Oh, hashtag. Oh, no, y'all have a good one now.